welcome to another edition of Building the ELR. Quite a short video this time. I just want to show you the current locos that we have for building the ELR that I've amassed over the last 16-18 months. I got quite a shock, to be honest. I thought, given we've all got lots of time on our hands, I'd categorise the fleet to figure out what needs chipping and what state everything's in, whether it's got lighting, whether it needs chips, whether it needs harnesses, whether it needs sound. And I got halfway through and I thought, just out of pure interest, what if I put them all on the layout? First of all, have I got enough locos to fill the platforms? And then I started putting them all out, and then it became, have I got enough track to fit all the locos? Now that I've got them all on, I thought, well, let's do a quick video and show everybody what the fleet is so far. So I'm going to take you quickly through. Now, bearing in mind, there's no carriages on here, there's no wagons on here. I've 3 complete rakes for 6 coaches. I've got 6 coal hoppers, and they will not fit on the layout. There's not enough track. So we're going to leave it at that. Right, let's start at the back. Right, 2 Class 59s. We have this one, which is a newish one, and there's a casual worker there. Looks like either COVID's got him or he's getting a bit of a kip. And then there's the one that's heavily weathered, which has already been featured. Lima models. Now, we also have a Lima DMU, class 156, I think it is. Yep, 156. Now this has been wrapped, vinyl wrapped, because it was in an atrocious green livery that I really was not happy with. And it's now been wrapped in northern livery. This is ready for the Castleton line. I know it's on platform 1, and I know there's quite a bit of controversy. Yeah, but still, it's waiting for the Castleton junction, and it'll be running on the Castleton side of the boards. It'll never come down here, don't worry. So, come to the front. I think we'll do the front one first. So there's the old DMU. That one's been featured on the Facebook page already. 31466. That's sound chipped up. And then the first of the 3 Class 50s we've got. So we've Defiance 149, Valiant 015, and then 007. So Edward Elgar. I think that's in GBRF livery now, but I do love that green livery, and it is a Hornby super detail, and it is stunningly beautiful. One that you've probably not seen yet, Class 47, 56 even. 094, that's going to be on the Castleton side of things. We've got another 37 here, network rail. And that's going to be in the Castleton yard. And then we have 2 of these, 37418 in large logo livery, and 37418 in its East Lancashire Railway EWS livery. Everyone's used to that. Maybe not so much the large logo. And then we've got Onslaught. Now, Onslaught has been off the rails for a while because it had a motor mount problem. Basically, the motor mount had cracked, and every time we throttled it up, the motor twisted and made all kinds of weird noises. Thanks to a donation, I managed to get hold of a Spurs and Repairs Onslaught, and I've transferred the motor holder from that unit to this unit, so now this is now operational. It's now got to wait for a chip, and a sound chip, I think, to finish it off, and I'm going to try and get some lighting in it as well. And then moving down, a loco that's not been seen for a while. That's going to be 37109. Waiting its vinyls, I think. Waiting for its transfers and glass replacements at the front. And then we've got 2 new additions. Shunters 08938, and moving forward 09026. Now 09026, I'm actually debating at the moment to respray that into the 2-tone grey, for not that 2-tone grey, a different 2-tone grey, for to replicate the 09 that the East Lancasters actually have. I am actually keeping an eye out for another model that would be easier to just renumber, but in the meantime, I think that's the one that's going to get it. Now, moving above, City of Wells, we know that very, very well. parked in front of City of Wells. Now this one's quite hard to film because it's right under the bridge. I'll come around the back here. Let's see if I can get it from the other side. There you go, 926. That was a visitor to the East Lancs earlier on this year. Very, very, very nice loco. Behind that, we have a very old friend of the East Lancs, Leander, currently in black, but in this case in maroon. That's been featured. Moving a bit further down, I'm really struggling to film this, you'll have to bear with me. Another visitor. Came to the East Lancs earlier this year. And then I'm going to switch back to this view because we can come over here now. Let me just move the toilet out the way. I can come down there. Now, this is a loco I'm going to be featuring in the next layout update, I think. Used to be Duchess of Sutherland. And it's been resprayed in blue and yellow. And it's going to be large logo. Now, I was originally going to keep the name and blah blah blah, but I've decided, well, I'm not going to release the information yet, but it's being renamed anyway, and it's going to be renumbered to something a little bit special, and I'll be featuring that later on this year, as and when I get the transfers through. Okay, moving on. Now, my personal favourite loco that's in need of some attention at the moment because it's looking a bit tatty. But Union of South Africa. That's again, he's going to get some. Just get his toilet put back. There we go. That's going to get some attention later on in the year. Right, moving down. Oh yes, one of the mainstays now at the East Lancs. 897. Beautiful loco. Nice piece of kit. Moving a bit further down. That's a randomer. Don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm thinking of something, don't worry. And then moving a bit further down again, another randomer. Now, it's the same class as Tornado, but it isn't Tornado. And obviously, they were all scrapped. Only Tornado exists of this class, so whether this will ever get to run on East Lancs or not, I don't know. I just think it's such a stunningly beautiful piece of kit. I had to have it, and it's probably going to end up on a shelf in a display cabinet downstairs, I think, for my own personal collection. Right, moving down a bit further. Yeah, there we go. Some of you might have seen this featured in a couple of the videos and on the Facebook page. Flying Scotsman in wartime black, and this is the livery. It was painted when it first came out of Riley's after its refit. It's missing its detail pack. I've not had time to put that on yet, but it's already DCC chipped. I'm debating sound chipping it if I can get around to it in the future. Moving a bit further down. Now, this loco is preserved, and as far as I'm aware, hasn't visited the ELI yet. So unfortunately, as lovely as it is, and it's such a good runner as well, it won't be on the layout until such time as someone says, "Oh, I've had an idea. Why don't we get 73082 down for a Steam Gala?" Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. If anybody's watching this, this is a very nice looking loco. Yeah, if anyone's watching this who can make things happen, please, because it would be very nice. Moving on. That's the next one. You've seen this. It's the crane. I thought I'd feature this because it's kind of a loco, and it's kind of not a loco. Kind of is, and it kind of isn't. It isn't, but it is. You know what I mean? Anyway. Alright, moving on down a bit further. It's going to be awkward now. Yeah, best way. 66789. Now, this isn't the new Hattons one. This is an older version. Nice runner, DCC chipped. Yeah, it does the job. And then behind that is the other 66200. That's been featured heavily on the updates over the years, over the last year. It's one of the mainstays of my layout, just simply because it works very, very, very well. Again, these 266s, Castleton Junction. Moving on to 37 here, 37133. Again, I think that'll most likely be parked at Castleton Yard, doing things down there. Now, this particular loco here, now I believe this is down at the Severn Valley, and I was planning on taking a trip down to see this in the near future, but obviously due to certain circumstances that's now not going to happen. But the first possible opportunity, I have to come down and see this, because I'm I really want to see it. Leave it at that. In front of that's one of the other Class 40s. There we go, D336. Again, a Lima, but still lovely loco. And then obviously Captain Bill Smith, 33109. And then behind that we have one of the older locos, 37025, used to be on the East Lancs, but isn't anymore, I believe. And then behind that we have 37674, and that's going to be one of my Castleton Yard layout locos. And then behind that we have very, 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 very good looking Northern Belle. And again, I think this is probably just going to be pulled off the main line and stabled at Castleton just for the sake of it, because they do get down here. You know, I mean, it's a 47, and it's a nice looking loco. There you go, 47862. And then behind that we have another 37 that's just under the footbridge in Lord Hall, 37517. And then right at the very front is the long-term loan loco, 42145, in its fictitious large logo livery. Again, that's on long-term loan from Andy at Head Bumps. So moving back down, we just need to cover a shot now of the full lot. It, as you can see, literally just fitted it all on. So I think that's going to be it for locos for a few weeks now. I've still got there's one loco that's not in the list, and that's a Class 31 that's just come back from repaint and weathering, and that's currently having a new motor fitted and sound, and I've actually splashed out and got a lock sound chip for it as well, so that's probably going to have the best sound of the lot, but it's also got the best weathering of the lot, so it's worth it. And again, it's not even for this layout, it's for the Castleton board, because it's never been on the East Lancs, unfortunately. It's been scrapped now anyway, but yeah, it's a lovely little piece of kit, and I thought, yeah, why not? Splashed out, had it all done. So yeah, just thought I'd give you all a quick look at this before I rip it all up and box them all back up, because I've got some heavy duty work to be done on this now. Unfortunately, I can't have these two boards bolted together anymore now for a considerable amount of time, because in 5 weeks time we've got a new little boy coming to the half's expecting. 5 weeks time, right in the middle of this mess that's going on in the outside world, which is not good. But because, as you can see, door, layout, only way in there, so yeah, unfortunately it's just gonna have to be split for a while. I'll give you a quick nosy down here whilst we're here. Look, got some ballasting done now, and some scenics have finally been done, and quite a bit of stock lining up now, ready to crack on. And yeah, we're going to be doing some heavy duty work. That will be done very, very soon, Mr. Lambert, if you're seeing this. Yeah, trackside will be open and serving, irrespective of coronavirus lockdown, because this world is little and doesn't have coronavirus, so we're good. And the car park will have more people on it, and that sticky back stuff over there, all this peely stuff, that will all be stuck back down very, very shortly. And then I'm going to repaint all the tarmac. I need to complete the little bit of tarmac that goes there, a little bit of tarmac that goes there, and very quickly, if I come down here, this section here, from there, where's my finger, can we see it? Yeah, from there, coming up here, up to the edge of the pavement, and up to the edge of the platform, that's tarmac. So that needs to be done, same as this lot over here. And then the paving, which is this stuff here, that all needs to be done down here, running up the back of the layout to cover it up there. I need to put the capstones on there. These need the capstones on. There's loads to do. So I've plenty to keep myself going. And that's pretty much it. Told you it was going to be a short one, but just thought I'd show you. Oh yeah, one major big thing. The point has been changed here. We did have a short one in, and you can see just where the original point motor was. Point motor is now going to be over here. This was to allow the swing of the loco to come in, so it didn't foul up on this bit here. And now, with a medium point instead of a small one, it has worked. Whilst doing this, I found I'd made a major rookie boo-boo. And this is a DCC layout. All these points are Electrofrog, and I haven't modified a single one of them. So, whilst all wired up underneath, like so, to the main control box there, a bit more on this side here. Every time I drive over a lump, it sets off, it trips out. And it only doesn't do it every time, but sometimes when I switch the blades it'll trip, sometimes when I drive over it, it trips. I looked into it, watched a lot of videos on YouTube, and figured out it's because I haven't modified them, which means I haven't done the bridge soldering, which is required, and underneath here you've got to cut two things and solder two things and blah blah blah. Anyone who fits these Electrofrog points, I'm going to go into more detail in the next layout update, but yeah, every single one of these points now has to be lifted, modified and replaced, and there's quite a few of them. So that's my first task, because I need to get this layout up and running. I'm just waiting on the point motor turning up for this one here. As soon as this point motor turns up, then all this section will be being lifted and relaid, hopefully with the modifications in, which will stop it from tripping out. Because believe me, it's really annoying. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. And I can switch a point, bang, it's off. I can drive over one, bang, it's off. I back up, turn the power back on, and it's fine. It was just so intermittent. And like I said, it was looking into it, I figured out it's down to the fact that I haven't done any of the modifications that everybody recommends for DCC. So, whoops. But anyway, mini layout update over and done with. You've seen the fleet now, and it just about fits the platform. And then obviously still got a lot of work to do down that end. But yeah, I've got some time on my hands now, so maybe this will actually get done. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch. I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.